I, 38M. Want to end my engagement to my fiancé, 36F. I want to end my 7+ year relationship with my fiancé. I am concerned that she's going to spiral off the deep end, but I cannot continue to emotionally and physically handle her anymore. I'm a very busy person with my career and rentals and a farm that I manage. I've asked her to be responsible for our home. That's it. I handle everything else. The bills and maintenance and everything else. My home is a disaster and I get nothing but negative comments about my family and my decisions. Our sex life is unfulfilling as earlier this week we were doing the deed. I had taken care of her needs, making sure that she got off 3 times. Before I could even finish she rolled over and immediately started scrolling Facebook. I just stood there shocked for a few seconds, then went to go clean myself up. I don't know if she thought I had gotten off or what the deal was, but she just checked out. She's super critical of everything I do and goes through my mail, then questions what some of the things are. When my grandmother passed away, I continued to pay for the life insurance of my much younger siblings. It's $20 a month. She went into orbit about why is it my responsibility and blah blah blah. I do things for my family because I'm fairly successful and situated in my life. My family, however, struggles with the usual things. I even took my entire family out to dinner a few weeks ago with my fiancé included, and she did nothing to complain on the way home, as it wasn't fair that I paid. I explained that I did it because it makes me happy. It wasn't going to keep her from not having bills paid, or a roof over her head, or even not having a meal later on. It wasn't going to interfere with her life whatsoever, so what is she getting from complaining to me about my family? This morning was the last straw, however. I work at home and my day usually starts at 7 a.m. She informed me yesterday that she needed a ride to pick up her car finally from service. She's been driving my other vehicle really without even asking for months. I told her I'd see what I could do, but I had work. At 9 a.m. she starts huffing and throwing a fit because I wasn't ready to go get her vehicle. I was in a call with a county worker and was sorting through some issues. Once done, I got told that we were already late and that it was going to make her late for the rest of her day. I explained that I have to work and support my team as I am the go-to person for many things in my company when issues arise. She just continued to berate me. I do not wish to continue my life doing this and dealing with this type of situation. What is going to be the softest way to break the news to her? I don't wish to be mean or harsh, but just explain that I don't see this working out and I don't plan on following through with our October wedding. And #X200B. Thanks in advance. And #X200B. Too long, did not read. My fiancé and I are not a good for each other as she's controlling and not understanding of my responsibilities in life that I have taken over. What's the best, softest way to break the news to her so she doesn't go off the deep end? Consider yourself fortunate to have come to this realization before you finalized a marriage. This woman provides no value to you in your life. The best way is honest truth. You have realized that you two are not compatible long term and cannot continue the relationship. Hey, so I saw your post history. It looks like this has been a long time, coming. She gave you an ultimatum to begin with for this ring wedding. Maybe it's just time to separate or communicate what you both need in this relationship. Just tell her straight up that you have realized that you don't want to marry her, but do it soon. She'll probably explode, so it might be a good idea to take a day or two off from work so you have time and space to deal with her. Does she have income? If you want her out of your home really quickly, give her some cash to get started, contingent on being gone immediately. Good luck, Op. My girlfriend of 2 years wants to break up over my female friend. My 28F girlfriend wants to break up with me, 25M, because I am friends with someone who is a girl. I have been friends with this girl ever since I was in grade school. They are like family to me. The relationship has been nothing but platonic, and they have been there for me through many hard times. I knew this was a soft spot for my girlfriend and has been a topic of debate in the past. She expresses she feels insecure and that she's less important. A while ago me and the female friend got in a fight and stopped talking for a while. I told my girlfriend this and she was happy to hear it. Well, later on me and my friend got over it and now we talk about once a month at most just to catch up. My girlfriend went through my phone and found out about it. She told me it was shady because I was talking to a girl behind her back. She gave me an ultimatum to either block my friend on everything, cut them out of my life, or she is done. I am struggling so much with this. She simply said she cannot get over how it makes her feel and she can't be with me if I want to be her friend. She placed the onus on me to choose. I hate this. I want to save the relationship but not in this way. I just am not sure how to handle this. We have been living together and still have a year left on our lease. I'm pretty sure I know what the right thing to do is, but I am hoping for a middle solution. Thank you. Edit. 2 years is rough because we have been off and on, different stages of life and moving etc. I've known her for 4 years in total. 2 I can say we have truly been together. Edit 2. My friend lives in a different state. The opportunity to meet came up and was refuted by my GF. Too long did not read. My girlfriend is making me choose between her and a lifelong friend. Mate. Only one of those girls is guaranteed to be at your wedding and it's not your girlfriend. Edit. A true lover would understand. Why doesn't she like your friend? Has she doesn't stuff like flirted, been inappropriate etc., or is it just because she's insecure? You know how to handle this. You're 25 years old and your girlfriend is looking through your phone and getting jealous over platonic friends. If your friends weren't sending you sexy pictures and dirty messages, then your girlfriend essentially saw the truth and decided she still can't handle it. What happens when you get female coworkers? Does this get worse or better? My, M, 33, wife, F, 30, won't respect my personal schedule no matter what I try to do to mitigate it. I've been married for about a year and a half and I'm kind of at my wit's end, so I appreciate any advice. A bit about my environment. I work 2 jobs, full-time as a nurse and a supplemental side gig as a commission programmer. I write Discord bots. My wife has always struggled with employment due to mental health issues. She has borderline personality disorder and when we dated hadn't held a job in most of 10 years. One of the conditions of us getting married was that she needed to have some kind of income, which she managed to hold for 3 months until the day after the wedding when she was out. Either fired or quit is still a mystery and part of me genuinely wonders if she had been fired beforehand and just lied to me to not delay our wedding, which I'm not 100% upset about. It's not her fault this illness is messing up her life. After a year of revolving door jobs where she held and got fired from no less than 3, I sat her down and tried to be accommodating, telling her I was okay with her not seeking traditional employment if something self-directed would stress her less. She agreed but immediately started identifying herself as a homemaker, and I'm like, babe, we live in a 1BR apartment. You can't make taking care of it your full-time job. Also there's 2-day-old dishes in the sink, homemaker. So things settle in and a new problem largely emerges. My wife will not leave me alone. From basically the moment I get in the door every day she's wrapped around me and demanding intimacy or sex. I do my best to give her what she wants but I'm just too tired and strung out between working between 10–14 hours of every day besides one weekend day. Her biggest hang-up is that I play Final Fantasy XIV with my friends once a week, 1-500-2300. This event, and the idea that I'm daring to have free time not having sex, bothers her immensely. Every time I rebuffed her about leaving me alone during this time she played ignorant and claimed she forgot it was that night. So I literally bought a huge dry erase calendar for all of our scheduling just so she could keep track, including my Tuesday game night in. Nope, still constantly on me. I'll be sitting down talking with my friends and my wife will just come in her underwear and start grinding on me. Or I'll come past the bedroom to use the toilet and she'll be posing naked on the bed, in dead silence, glaring at me. Every Wednesday morning is her yelling about how emotionally unavailable I am. It feels like she refuses to leave me alone on this one night specifically because she's supposed to. She's enamored with the fantasy of being so hot she tempts me away from what I'm doing by her own admission. I tell her this isn't some idiot romantic comedy. I work for literally 11 hours a day covered in human body fluids and want a darn break. I have no IRL friends because of my incredibly bleak work schedule in no small part due to her insistence on living in an expensive city and not having a job. Every time she says she's learned and every week she's back with new exotic underwear and more complaints. I just don't know what to do. I'm out of energy to give and every negotiation discussion never sticks with her. I genuinely love her and care about her but this is starting to reach the point of resentment. I fantasize about being alone all the time. I appreciate any advice, thanks. Let me give you a reality check. Mentally ill or not, your wife could give a shit whether you're happy, relaxed or rested. She wants you to be a machine that services all her needs, monetary and physical, while you just burn out. Let me give you another reality check. If your wife wanted to be managing her conditions or trying to work, she would be. I have several debilitating mental illnesses myself and I hold down 2 jobs. I understand you love her, but if you stay here the stress will kill you. Love is not enough to sustain a relationship. I can't imagine how awful she must be to live with and would be terrified that she might get pregnant, because then you'll really be screwed. She's obviously not doing the right kind of therapy for BPD. It requires a specialist and a method called dialectical behavioral therapy. And even then she still might be lazy and inappropriate. I'd bail on this one. I, 26 male, caught my girlfriend, 24F, in a web of lies. So yesterday I had this odd feeling that something wasn't right. She's always talking about her point. She left the country to go and do this hike with her PT and a group of 10 other people, and I decided to snoop through her old phone, which I'm not proud of. When I snooped through her phone I found text messages that heavily imply she's been having an affair with her point. Love you. Wish you were cuddling me, Jay. Want to meet up later? Drinks and cheeky, Jay. Aw, I love you, but you're a taken man, Jay. Aw, and you can come visit me in my tent, PT. Oh really? If you're lucky, Jay. Please and kiss me, point. When I confronted her she heavily dismissed my allegation of her cheating and twisted the blame onto me snooping. Also mentioning she would never have an affair with him because he's double her age. Later that evening I digged through her phone some more and found out that they did have sexual history together over a year ago, and it's not just a close father-daughter relationship as she mentioned. She would lie about seeing a friend when she would go see him instead. So I ended things with her. She couldn't understand, or she did and just didn't respect me enough. What she was doing was wrong and using the dynamic of the relationship as a scapegoat to justify her behavior. Now she's playing pity. Willing to compromise and get rid of him entirely, stating that she would choose me over him completely. I'm hurting and part of me would love to believe that she would actually do that. My thoughts have been misconstrued and are clouded from the feelings that I have for her. But at the end of the day, she lied over and over to my face about it, twisted the blame onto me when I caught her red-handed. So she's nothing more than a waste of space. I'm hurting, but with time I'll heal and find someone I can devote and give my full attention to. Edit. I have contacted the PT's spouse. She seems kind of delusional and got mad at me for bringing it up and how it conveniently happened when they've gone on the hike. Thinking about posting it on the PT's business page on Facebook, warning other clients. What right 51-year-old would fuck a 24-year-old? Has predator written all over it. She probably really would choose you over him, which may help your ego a tiny bit. She is for the streets though, and low moral trash belongs on the streets. Sorry this happened to you. It's definitely better that you found out how trash she was now instead of later. It'll be alright. Heart. She didn't choose you over him. She chose him every single time she texted him, lied to you about being with him, and spent time with him that could be considered cheating. If she didn't choose you over him through all of that, why would she now? I'd send screenshots to his too, seeing as he's a taken man. You did the right and best thing for yourself. Cheaters almost always will continue to cheat. They usually never stop, just get sneakier about it. Then you have the thought in your head of what they done for a long time, if not forever, if you stick with them.